We bought a farm! Again!
From Hollywood to the Homestead.
This is such a dream come true.
This is our forever home.
This is the one. I mean, look. Look around.
Listen to that.
It's unreal.
I think it's interesting, our place in Greensboro, as much as we loved it and we were excited and literally ran into this new life together, that we never called that our forever home.
It didn't
That's
quite.
kind of the first thing we said when we realized we really want this place. This is our forever.
This is it. Like the peace, the serenity,
Yeah.
the quiet,
That's what we were looking for the first time around.
and the acreage.
Yeah,
And the
especially.
actual farm with the actual 1914 farmhouse with
Well.
the red tin roof. There's some modifications we would like to make.
Yeah.
We want to give you guys a tour and also explain what's going to be changing.
Let's get doing
Let's
it.
get it. Honey, we're home.
Yes, we are.
So you are currently in the foyer. Really cute, like proper foyer with a staircase. This is fun. Apparently Harry Potter lived inside of here.
Couldn't
And couldn't get out. I think they used this as like an area for their dog, which is sweet. But with the little skill saw and just kind of cut through.
Yeah, it looks like I got to this already. Same amount of work that I did on the coop.
Yep. This is obviously going to get completely refaced and rechanged. And actually something for those of you old house lovers, if you look inside here, that's the original shiplap that the walls were made of. Eat your heart out, Joanna Gaines. I wonder how much of that exists in these walls. We'll see when they tear it down, because I might want to keep some of it.
Yeah.
Not only is this whole staircase going to get refaced, but the entire staircase is going to be rebuilt. And the reason for that, if you walk up these stairs, they're so weirdly close together and they're actually all completely uneven. Instead of having this turnaround here, which we would never be able to like bring furniture up, these stairs are actually going to come straight down into over here. And this wall's coming down. So we'll kind of get into that, because this wall's also coming down. But
We're just taking all the walls.
let's take it through this side and we'll come back around and show you what's happening. There's a big bedroom here, which is going to be a guest bedroom. It's actually really big. And I like to call this the haunted room. There's something about this room that I have vibes in, and I don't know what that means or why, but I definitely, it might be the color scheme. I don't know,
It's
but
the one dark room in the entire house, which was an odd choice for a single room.
yeah, and this room actually feels the most historic for me. Like it's been altered the least. One thing that I really love about old houses, and it is a dream of mine to fix up an old antique house, you're gonna have finishes like this that they just don't make anymore. You know, that's like an old craftsman design from the early 1900s. I think what we kind of thought for this room, just paint all this wainscoting white and paint the walls a nicer, brighter color, because it's a little bit of a dark room.
Right.
One nice benefit to this house is while these windows are not brand new, they are significantly newer than the current windows in our current house. These actually have double panes. I know, aren't you?
You loving it?
New windows. Even though these might not be the newest windows of all time, they are far newer than ours.
job.
And I don't feel wind blowing in like we currently do.
Yeah, the first couple times we came here, it was like the coldest time of the year, and the house was nice and warm and toasty. And
I mean, the heat's on, and this house already has warmed up like a couple degrees versus ours, which just never gets to heat. So obviously we are gonna paint this closet and get that back to where it needs to be. And we're also going to have doors put on to there as well. So look at this again, people who love old houses. This is an old original farm door. Just don't find doors like this anymore. That's super cool.
Yeah,
That'll
that's
all
it.
stay.
It's a nice doorknob. Real nice.
Welcome to the living room. A beautiful, open, nice room. One of the very first things that we saw when we came in here was, wow, they have covered up the fireplaces completely. That is going to change.
that will change it.
We love having a fireplace. But unlike our current house where we actually had to use the fireplace to keep ourselves warm this winter, we're just gonna be using this when we want that ambiance and a little bit of extra heat, because these are lined for propane. So we can put a propane gas inset. We don't know, this is gonna be fun. When they knock this out, like we don't know what it looks like in there. I'm guessing brick.
We're gonna find out a lot of things that are in these walls. So.
Yeah. Welcome to the kitchen. So I love this. This is a nice big kitchen. This was one of the most exciting things when we got in here. We were like, this kitchen has so much potential. The direction you're looking right now, there's this strange cubby, which maybe at some point was a closet.
She's barely Brian height. Will I hit my head?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. I got to duck just a little bit.
Yep.
It's a weird choice. Very weird choice.
And also washer and dryer next to the stove. Also weird choice. But I think they were working with what they had. Believe it or not, everything from this door on was like a little extension. It's like a porch, never originally part of the interior of this house. We have a mudroom here, and it's not in great shape. It's a fancy wall situation here. And then off of this, and I'm gonna explain to you what these X's are in a minute. Well, I'll just tell you now. Everywhere you see an X is a wall that's going to come down. And then if you look here, this is the original wood siding when this house was built in 1914. So this used to be the exterior, and this was all built after the fact. This is kind of neat. There's this like a newly finished room for what? I don't know. This is going to become our laundry room. We're only gonna have our laundry on this side, and everything from this line to where our cameraman is standing, that little mud room, and then behind that, which is the cubby where the washer and dryer currently are, all busted out and becomes part of the kitchen. So the kitchen's gonna gain about 5 feet of space. And now when you walk in from this back porch, you're just walking right into the kitchen. And all this is gonna be open. And the ceilings will all match in height.
That's gonna be huge
kitchen. So then from this perspective, you can see that this was a dual-sided fireplace situation. Likely back in the day, there was a wood stove here that was used for cooking, which is crazy.
And then there was this odd choice that happened.
I think somebody, was like clever, and they're like, well, I'm just gonna make this into a little working space, a little office space, which is totally fine, but that's all gonna go. This is gonna get revealed and used again, and we're gonna have a nice little fireplace in the kitchen and then one on the opposite side. But if you stand right there and you look this direction, this entire wall, all the way to here, is gonna be gone. And again, all of this is gonna push back by another 5 feet. All of this pushed back, fully opened up, and it's just all gonna be more kitchen.
I can't even picture what it's gonna look like in here. They start demoing tomorrow, and they said they'll have it all done and cleaned up in 2 days. Like, being here is going to be a completely different place.
When we see the walls come down, I think that's when we'll be able to go, that's what this house looks like now. Big giant island here, what do you call it, cutting block?
Yeah, butcher block.
Butcher block, top with some storage. This is all gonna be new. Cabinetry, shelving, very farmhouse. That's the whole goal, is we want to complement this house, bring it back to what it deserves to be, but also have the farmhouse luxuries that we want as well. It's gonna be a gas range cooktop, nice new refrigerator. It's gonna be glorious. And we love to cook, we love to host. The fact that when we have people over, this is a nice little feature, is that there's another door here, because it's a wraparound porch. If you have people over, you can have people coming in and out, sitting on the porch, coming into the kitchen. It's just
we're
so
gonna
nice.
have all the rocking chairs
It's
out there.
so nice. It's just, I can't wait.
I know.
This is a very strange space. When we first came to see the house, I just said, oh no. Oh no, what is this? Technically, it's a formal dining
You'll
room.
notice a lot of X's in this room.
This entire room will be gone. You're gonna be completely open from the kitchen. This room will be gone entirely. This wall will be gone. And now
Staircase will be right here.
you'll be able to see from the kitchen all the way to the bedrooms. So the hallway sort of ends here, and it's just one big flowing giant space. So big, nice dining room, might even be able to have a sitting area. It's still hard for me to visualize what all this whole great room space will be.
She can't either.
When they start demoing walls, this is gonna be the biggest change. And the amount of natural light that you're now gonna get in here, and remember, this is gone too. Right behind here is the staircase.
Right.
So the staircase is now gonna come right into here. And it's just gonna be this big, glorious.
It's gonna be so good. So good.
So excited. Yeah. And this is all gonna be just wide open into what is currently the master bedroom, which is kind of gonna be Kevin's room for a while and also be a guest room and maybe one day be a baby room. Right? Maybe. If the universe wills it, it will be done. And there's not really much wrong with this room structurally. We like it. It's a good size.
Strange closet, but
Closet doors here. But the weird part is tiny bathroom.
Come scope out this hobbit hole of a bathroom. I jump high enough, which
This is
minimal effort.
a hobbit bathroom.
There's an X here. I'll just get started on that with my face. This wall is going, ceiling's going.
It's gonna be a brand new shower. It's gonna be a brand new vanity. This closet will be gone and the bathroom will expand into there. So there'll be a nice long vanity, toilet, possibly even a smaller shower, like a smaller stand. It doesn't need to be this wide. This bathroom's gonna be renovated and at least modernized. It's not going to be like super, super fancy, but it's not gonna be a miniature bathroom. One of the things that we're running into, and we're gonna reveal some mysteries when they demo these walls and ceilings, is why is that ceiling so low? Is it ductwork? What needs to be moved so that we can get that height back? I don't know if the video camera can pick up on the warped floors. This foundation has some sag. Thankfully, it's not rot. We've been
It's about me, guys. I love you, Kevin.
Teddy, come here. The foundation has some wonky beams and things that just need to be fixed, and so
We know there's a spot over here.
a couple
a little more
spots
sag.
that you actually feel like maybe I'm gonna sink. You're not, nobody's gonna sink. Certainly needs to be fixed. And when this house is all brought up level and the new floors are down, it's gonna feel so different. It feels a little bit like a fun house in a way. Like it plays
It
with your
does. You get like a little bit of vertigo at times in certain spots. If someone walks by you, you're like, whoa, 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 the
Yeah.
world is moving. It's crazy.
Yeah. We're also gonna be getting rid
Fix
of popcorn ceilings, and this is a very old, like 1960s wall heat unit. That's out of here. So I'm guessing before they had central air in this house, that was a way to heat the master bedroom. To the left, we have another bathroom. And this bathroom, except for the fact that this is clearly an external door with a window in it that they covered. Fun.
Let's go.
This bathroom's kind of in okay shape. It has ceramic tiling that looks like wood. I actually don't hate it.
It's got a spotless toilet.
That's what happens when a toilet sits for too long.
Daddy, I know you would like.
You do not drink. And honestly, the tiling in the shower is like not terrible. It just needs a little bit of cleanup. So really this bathroom is just gonna get a facelift. Teddy. We're just gonna do some aesthetic changes because this is gonna be only used when we have guests. Like we'll use it to pee in, but the shower part will only get used when we have guests. So it's just gonna stay nice. We're gonna repaint the whole thing. New vanity, new light fixtures, new mirrors, new toilet. And that's it for this room.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Shall we show them what's really going to be the master bedroom?
Yay. All right, I'll show you the upstairs. So there's this kind of like little cubby area. This is where the bay window kind of juts out. And what we have talked about is making this kind of a little office area. I actually think putting a computer desk right here would be really
That's a
great.
nice light. You get a nice view of the front yard too and everything.
And it's quiet, like that. But then we have this fairly large bonus room, third bedroom. And Brian and I think that this room has the potential to be an incredible master bedroom suite with a big bathroom, a soaking tub, which is what we really want more than anything, vaulted ceilings. So if you look at the farmhouse from the outside, it comes to a point, and that point is somewhere around here. So if they take out these ceilings and vault them up, we're gonna get some really beautiful height. And possibly that's gonna be all woodwork, depending on price. Nothing's cheap, y'all.
Oh no. This may likely be just as big of a transformation as we're gonna have in the kitchen and knocking down all those walls. And this is gonna be a whole
Oh, this is massive.
other room.
This is absolutely massive. And so the master bathroom is gonna start, I think they said about here, and it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be a really big bathroom, which is plenty of room to have a soaking tub, his and hers, vanity, and toilet. And maybe we can even put the toilet in its own, like have a door, like its own
Wait,
little,
we can have a couple's toilet?
oh, or that.
Let's do it.
That's weird.
Isn't?
I don't wanna poop around you.
I guess I love you more.
This is gonna be a huge transformation. What you see is not what you're gonna get. And tomorrow the demo team comes in and we're gonna assist them with our skills because we know so much about carpentry.
Of course we do.
Cut back to us
we got
trying
this.
to use just a staple gun.
Biatch. Oh.
Oh, it's slippery.
Damn. Why? Why does nothing work when I do it?
Or a drill.
Man.
You stripped it.
No.
No. Oh, okay.
Or sawing wood.
Sometimes it's harder than it looks. That just shot out right at me.
Or anything we've tried. Did you just put mud down my pants?
Jesus. Ow. Where you going? Where you going?
And she's a bit.
It's still pretty wood.
Oh, guys.
Look.
Yeah, so close. And all of those are me.
Well, we've
struggling.
gotten better. And me too. We're going to help them knock down some walls, so
Yeah.
we're pretty excited about it.
Oh yeah. Always wanted to sling a hammer.
This is going to be our dream. Unreal.
Wild.
What do you think, Teddy?
He loves it.
What do you think, Penny?
She always sure does. Now let's go take a look at our 6 acres.
Ooh, squeaky. Need some WD-40 up in there. I love a wraparound
rounds.
porch. Oh, so wonderful. So we're going to show you where Luke and Charlie are going to live and any future boys.
Nice big girl. Whoa.
And just be mindful because especially over on this side, there's a decent amount of poison oak and that's going to be really tasty forage for the goats. So excited about that. If you see here where this corner of the picket fence is, we're going to build off of that. We're going to go probably this way and around and see where the corn starts and the grass ends. That's all our land. So we're going to fence right up until the corn, fence the front there, and then come back around, and this is going to be the boys' house. There's a door, a gate here from the big one.
That'll be nice access point. Getting to be close to our goats and
Just open it up and say hi. It's also easy for feeding them and everything else. They're going to have so much food here. All this stuff that needs to be cleared, they're going to do an incredible job clearing it, and we won't have to worry about all this nasty poison oak down here. Of course, we're no strangers to poison oak. We dealt with it a lot at our current house, and we kind of killed it the chemical way, and now we're going to kill it the natural way with little goat tummies.
everybody's got a job on the farm. The most exciting thing of all is to finally have a nice proper barn.
When I saw this listing online, what sold me the most was this barn. This is the original 1914 barn, and it's still in really good shape externally. Interior, it needs work. We're gonna do that ourselves because it's patchwork, doesn't need to be aesthetically pleasing. We are so excited. We're gonna be able to make this into a stable area for our female goats, possibly a milking area, and also have space to store farm equipment, tractor if we get one, that kind of thing. Let's go check it out. I'm sure he is smelling the critters that live here,
Yes.
but
On to something.
well, I guess we could start with this area. So this is, like I said, probably where we will store farm equipment, tractors, the rider mower. This is an ancient early 1900s hand plow,
Wow.
which is not hooked
It's
up
missing
to
a few pieces.
See these little tunnels? Critters going up in there. Got holes. This is a prime example of termite damage. Look at how they have whittled this wood down to a tiny little plank. We asked Jimpa, stepdad Jim, and he thinks that this is still all very structurally sound. Of course, we're gonna have to replace certain beams. We're gonna have to patch up holes, and we're just gonna use other found wood to do this. Recycle as much as we possibly can, patch it all up, look for holes in the ceiling. You know, we're gonna have to get up there, but this, you know, a tin roof can last hundreds of years. If we just patch up certain spots, I think we'll be good to keep the tin roof. And then up here, there's like rafters for storage. So if we put down some subflooring up here, it'll be a nice flat area. We could store some other tools and equipment. All of these areas where you see the outside, we'll just have to patch up, take off one, hoist it up, nail it back in.
Nothing we can't handle.
Nothing we can't handle. Interestingly, this side of the barn has stayed together really, really well. This is a good wall. It's a very good wall.
Yeah, nice and sturdy.
This is an old oil bucket. This is the kind of stuff, you know, you can fix up, spray some Rust-Oleum on. That becomes a farm decoration. Like, that's
awesome.
just cool. Just cool. I respect and appreciate all those little touches. Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.
House dreams. Watch out, Teddy. I'm a little nervous about
Oh yeah.
Teddy because
You
of
want me
the
to hold it back?
floor in here. This is sort of we'll call it the stables. Holes in the floor. There is a staircase with holes in it. I will tell you, and I would not recommend this to anybody. We were being very safe, but we did actually go up. Above us is a hayloft. We can't wait to have a proper hayloft. And we are going to be growing hay. That's one of our big crop journeys. This is kind of what we plan on using as our stables. And clearly this has already been divided. She's getting ghost goat vibes.
She's calling dibs on this one. You like this one?
I know.
It's
We're not
okay.
putting you in here. Don't
Not yet.
worry. These are stalls. I don't know if they're for pigs. I don't know if they're for small goats. I don't know. We're going to alter them a little bit. That one's too small for my liking. There's 4. Probably make 3 instead. But this is a really great stall area
Perfect.
for our goats.
Yeah.
New staircase is going to be a big project, but we will do it. If you look here, and I can't really explain it, maybe we'll do another episode when Jim Pa is here. This strange cross pattern is done in a way to actually support the second floor. And it's a very old fashioned way of doing this. I know. And it's done on a couple different beams, but some of them are doing better than
I
others.
didn't even notice that.
So
Wow.
we also inherited a flat screen TV.
Boom.
Anything that's in here that's a material that we can use. There's boards, there's beams, there's 2x4s, there's flooring. We're gonna be using to
Shelving.
patch up this place. You can see here the floor definitely needs work. We're gonna be able to patch this whole floor up and make it sturdy again. If there's raccoons living in there, we're gonna trap them in there. Trapped for life.
Thankfully, we've got a smorgasbord of wood that's been left for us to do all this.
Yes. So the original hardwood flooring that was in this house that got torn up because I guess a lot of it was damaged is sitting back there. And we're going to be reusing some of that wood in the sort of reconstruction of this barn, which is very exciting. Using some of the old wonderful materials that this house has given and recycling those. This is going to become our girl barn. So they're going to have a full barn with their own access point. Currently, and we don't know what they had here, but there's a gate and a little pen or paddock. So what we want to do is make a door that they can just go in and out of into this. We'll be putting a gate here so we can get in and out and the goats will stay in. And then that will probably mainly stay open because the girls are going to live in sort of the back acreage.
She'll have all the portions.
But they're going to have a direct path right into here and they can come in anytime they want, get away from the elements and really have a proper barn space. And also this is great for isolation. If a goat gets sick, they can go in here.
I feel really good that they're going to have some proper homes to be able to go to sleep at night and get away from the elements because, we made these cute little goat houses for them and we did what we could with what we had at the last place, but, they're going to be living the legit goat life here, which is fun, yeah.
Proper. Shall we show the chicken coop?
Let's do it.
Brian's girls are going to get a palace.
Oh yeah, they're getting a major upgrade. Ta-da! Oh.
Yep, we're going to work on that.
We're going to work on that.
We got our work cut out for us. This is a really big chicken house. I think they're going to be very happy. This is
easily twice the size.
easily twice the size of what they have, which means twice as many chickens in the future.
Oh, at least.
Yeah. I want to point out just some really creepy, cool old stuff about this room. There is the original well. It's been filled in, and if you look, coming from it is piping. This piping used to carry water from this well to the house. And I don't know if they would come out here and fill up their buckets or what they did, but it's creepy. There's also a random treasure chest, which makes me very excited. I'm like, what was in there?
Another prop for our next movie.
Those are all old antique liquor bottles that we're gonna clean up, and feature inside the house, which I can't wait. Again, just respecting what this house is giving us and letting it have room to shine. I think the chickens will be very happy in here.
Oh yeah, I love the idea of like building some like layers, almost like chicken bleachers.
Of course, we're gonna have to cover up the windows. There is a missing window here, and this one's like partially missing.
One thing we haven't had to worry about in the last property is, you know, things that are going to eat our chickens, and you know that's something we're definitely going to have to extra fortify here to
Yep.
avoid that.
Make
Do
sure
our
that
best, at least
animals can't crawl in, and anywhere where we think they can, you know, we will patch up our best. But again, really old wood. I mean, this was the original well house. It's just so cool. The other thing I want to point out, there's electricity wired in all of these outbuildings, which is awesome. So we'll have lighting, we'll be able to find our way at night. If we didn't want to put cameras in here, we're good.
Okay, wonderful.
Final outbuilding. So we have 3 total outbuildings here. This is kind of a 2-parter. On this side, there's another hayloft and a lot of space up there, which we can't really access. We haven't figured out how to access that yet. But come on in.
This room is really great for storage. I see this as more of like our tool room.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's already shelves. And again, it's electrical, so we're gonna clean it out, make it real nice, and be a proper workshop.
This is the second part of this storage building. And yeah,
We're actually
that
going
doesn't
to
open.
be taking these out.
Converting this into a garage.
Yeah.
A 1-car garage.
Much needed garage.
So we can park our vehicle. It's actually very sizable in here.
Again, we gotta figure out a way to access that hayloft over.
You don't think that's a good idea?
Pretty good shape here. Again, just needs a lot of cleanup, and we're probably gonna lay concrete.
Concrete, yeah.
You know, make a nice stable
That's a good
surface,
idea. Who
and then
knows, we're gonna
probably do the
do
kind
this.
of garage door that folds up and comes down, kind of like the one that we have now. Whatever makes it easiest, but this should make a decent 1-car garage and still give us room on this side to, using pallets and stuff like that, store some of our stuff.
We've got our work cut out for us, baby.
Hey, I think those are the original closet doors that they ripped off everywhere. This would be cool. That's gonna be where Kevin sets up his office station here.
Oh, good. You'll love it.
So,
It's a good idea. I like that.
anywho.
Cool. All right.
So 6 acres is kind of hard for us to visualize even. And when you're standing here, you can't even really see all 6 because of how tall this overgrowth is. But around us, all of this brown bramble overgrowth it's all ours. This is such a dream come true.
It's our forever home.
This is the one, the peace, the serenity, and the acreage. We can make this our forever farm.